This is the Varsity Sports Show, your home for youth, high school, college sports, and you. Empowering education and enabling dreams, right here on the Sports Map Radio Network. Now, here's your host, Vince DeLisio.
Hello, Houston audience. Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show, a special edition podcast that we are releasing with some amazing new content from our amazing new broadcast production intern team. My name is Vince DeLisio, and for the next 30 or so minutes, you'll be hearing from our new team members for spring 2025. We will be back on air on FM 97.5, 92.5 ESPN Houston on Saturday, February 1st. And until then, you'll hear from us periodically on some things going on out there, and we look forward to communicating with you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Enjoy the show.
This is Brooke Bastido from the University of Florida reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. Today, I'll be previewing the upcoming basketball game between the University of Florida and the University of Texas. Next Saturday, January 18th, which is also my birthday, the Gators will host the Longhorns in Gainesville. The number 8 ranked Gators clinched their third Quad 1 win of the season against the number 1 Tennessee Volunteers on Tuesday. The Vols scored just 43 points, a team which averages nearly 80 points per game. The same night, the unranked Longhorns lost to the number 2 ranked Auburn Tigers after mounting an unsuccessful second-half comeback. Now let's take a look at some of the key players coming into this game. On the home side is Walter Clayton Jr., the team's returning senior guard out of Lake Wales, Florida, who averages 18 points per game and shoots 47% from the field. One thing about Walter Clayton Jr. is that he is not afraid to shoot the deep ball, and the Stephen O'Connell Center erupts when he makes those NBA threes. His backcourt partner, Elijah Martin, is a senior transfer from Florida Atlantic University. Referred to as A-Mart by his teammates, Martin is a veteran player with Final Four experience, and he has brought a lot to this team on both sides of the ball. His 16 points per game average is helpful on the offensive side, but he is truly a difference maker on defense where he averages nearly 2 steals per game. For the visiting Longhorns, one key player will be Jordan Pope, a junior guard who transferred from Oregon State. He was a freshman All-Pac-12 player, and he now averages 12 points per game, but similar to Elijah Martin, he also leads the team in steals per game. He had a standout performance 2 weeks ago against New Orleans, where he scored a career-high 42 points. As a freshman guard from Oakley, California, Trey Johnson represents the present and the future potential of this team. He is averaging 19 points per game and shooting over 46% from the field. He leads the team in points and brings decisive energy to this team. This will be the first time Florida and Texas meet as conference competitors, and it's their first time playing each other since December 9th, 1997. Texas leads their all-time matchup record 4-3, but this is a chance for the Gators to even the score. The Gators come in as the at-home favorites for this matchup, but it'll be interesting to see how the players stack up.
Hi, I'm Connor Pollack from Arizona State University, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. Just a year and a half ago, the Texas Rangers won their first World Series in franchise history in early November of 2023. But after a very disappointing 2024 season, where the team missed the playoffs after finishing with a record under 500, they had to go out and make some moves this offseason in order to try to get the team back into a spot where they could succeed again. While the team did not make any moves for a superstar, they did add guys that they believe complement the roster well and will help them push for the playoffs this year. With the main additions this offseason being signing free agent outfielder Jock Peterson, as well as catcher Kyle Higashioka, and trading for infielder Jake Berger from the Miami Marlins. However, I think the key to the Rangers' season this year will be the pitching staff, as the team re-signed Nathan Eovaldi to a 3-year deal and are expecting to have Jacob deGrom back fully healthy, and hopefully he can stay that way, as he has not thrown over 100 innings in a season since the 2019 season with the Mets. The team will also look for Evan Carter to have a bounce-back year returning from injury, as after he had a great September and postseason run in 2023, Carter was expected to be a Rookie of the Year candidate, but when he struggled with his injuries, he also struggled on the field. And now he looks to return with no restrictions come spring training. With the offseason additions they made and getting some key guys back from injury, the Rangers will look to compete for a division title in what was a weak AL West last year, or at least fight for a wild card spot in the AL. From Arizona State University, I'm Connor Palak, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show.
Hi guys, this is Nia Jackson from Arizona State University with Varsity Sports Show, and today we'll be getting into a preview of the Houston Rockets matchup versus the Atlanta Hawks. This is a road game for Houston, which will be at the State Farm Arena, and tip-off is at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The Rockets are currently second in the Western Conference, which is a little new for them compared to being 11th last season. They are also 11-6 on the road. However, the Hawks are sitting a little bit lower in the Eastern Conference at the ninth spot and being 10-7 at home. In previous matchups, the Hawks have won each time. The last time the Rockets won against them was November 25th, 2022. For the Rockets, their team emphasizes ball movement and allows all of their players to touch the ball and put up shots. As one of their star players, Jalen Green, carries most of the load, in which he averages about 20 points per game. As well as another key player, Alfred Sengun, who is very helpful in the paint and averages about 19 points per game. Atlanta will need to be aggressive to try stopping him if they want a shot at winning. The Hawks will be reliant on Trae Young to be a top scorer, as he averages about 22 points per game, but does assist a lot of his teammates to help score and averages about 12.2 assists per game. The Rockets' offense is precisely fast-paced, and they move the ball around, allowing for everyone on the team to score. Especially with them being a younger team, they now prioritize letting everyone being able to touch the ball and help put up shots, and just a really strong emphasis on ball movement. But the Hawks can keep up with and control the tempo at any time, which is very efficient for them if they would need to slow down at any time. This should be a very good game between the two with a lot of energy. If Houston gets out early and puts up really good shots and plays strategic defense against Atlanta, then they can have a shot at winning. But with the Hawks and Trae Young knowing how to dominate and assist his team, especially with good production from their bench, they might be able to keep it very close. Once again, tip-off is at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and this is Nia Jackson from Arizona State with Varsity Sports Show.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Brooke Early, here with Indiana Weejay, a quarterback from the University of Houston football team. Indiana, you are a redshirt freshman this year. How does it feel to watch your team from the sidelines instead of being in the action?
I get a little antsy. I get a little excited for my future. But I'm really excited to see my boys out there and play. I think our new coach, Coach Fritz, instilled a new culture of always being supportive to our teammates on the field, and I think we take that with pride. So
That's awesome. So you had an incredible senior season in high school. Why did you decide to choose Houston for college?
I chose Houston, partly in the fact when I first came here, Dana Holgerson was recruiting me, and I really did love their offense. Really aggressive offensive passing, and that's kind of fits my play style. Another reason why I came is I feel like Houston, I mean, it's a place for opportunity, right? There's a big city, it's a growing city always, and I think there's plenty of opportunity for a kid in college to become successful in this later on in life.
Makes sense. So as a freshman, I know you're still trying to get the lay of the land, but what are you enjoying most about being a student athlete?
I think, I mean, it sounds kind of cliche, but I do enjoy the benefits. I mean, we get fed all the time. I really don't have to worry about like my next meal, and I'm super thankful and grateful for that. Another thing is that we do get like academic help as far as we get tutors at the academic center, and it's just, they really do treat athletes at Houston very well. So
That's super cool. So what advice would you give to kids wanting to play their sport in college?
I would say, I know it's again like kind of very cliche, but really just keep your head down and keep working, and then find love in the game. Because I think when you find love in the game, it'll push you even harder to work hard. Like it doesn't feel like you're working hard because it's a punishment. It's more of you're working hard because I want to better myself. I want to better my craft, and this is what I enjoy doing, right? So.
Totally. Well, thank you so much for coming on here. My name is Brooke Early, here on the Varsity Sports Show with Indiana Weejay from the University of Houston. Thanks and have a great day.
Hello everyone, this is McKenna Kellums from Arizona State University, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. Bevo, the mascot for Texas, is returning to the sidelines of the Cotton Bowl after the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl announced Bevo was too big to fit on the sidelines of the game against Arizona State University. Bevo was also previously not allowed to attend the SEC championship game against Georgia due to his size, where the two teams played each other in the same stadium as the Peach Bowl, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Texas fans went to social media and would comment, "Free Bevo," during the Peach Bowl game. Bevo requires a large enclosure to accommodate his size on the sidelines, and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium does not have the room near the field for him. If Texas makes it to the national championship, Bevo will most likely not be allowed to attend due to the game being scheduled to be in the same stadium. Once again, my name is McKenna Kellums with Arizona State University, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show.
Hey everyone, I'm Evan Rodriguez from Arizona State University, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show, here to recap for you today how the Texans made their second straight playoff bid. The Houston Texans have solidified their spot in the playoffs for the second straight year in a row, finishing again with a 10-7 record to win the AFC South division. Although quarterback CJ Stroud has had somewhat of a down year from his rookie season, he's still been producing enough to win games. CJ Stroud has thrown for 3,727 passing yards and 20 touchdowns on the season. However, the team has faced some challenges and setbacks during the season with significant injuries to the wide receiver position, losing their star receiver Stephon Diggs to an ACL injury and Tank Dell to a dislocated knee and a torn ACL. Despite these setbacks, the team still had enough playmakers to contribute to their 10-win season. Their leading receiver, Nico Collins, had broke a 1,000-yard season with 1,006 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. The team has also been very effective on the ground, with their newly added running back, Joe Mixon from the Bengals last year, also rushing over 1,000 yards at 1,016 yards on the season and 11 rushing touchdowns. The Texans are going to look to keep this balanced offense rolling as they face the Los Angeles Chargers at home Saturday for Wild Card Weekend. For Varsity Sports Show, I'm Evan Rodriguez reporting.
I'm Liz Landon, a sophomore at the University of Florida, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. The Houston Texans wrapped up their regular season with a 23-14 win over the Titans in Week 18, finishing with a 10-7 record and securing the number 4 seed in the AFC playoffs. The Titans, on the other hand, ended their season with a rough 3-14 record. But this game was about more than just a score. It had some serious history and symbolism behind it. For those unfamiliar with the history, the Oilers were Houston's original NFL team starting in the 1960s. They were a big part of the city's sports identity, even making it to the playoffs several times. But in the late 1990s, Oilers owner Bud Adams relocated the team to Tennessee, where they became the Titans. Despite the move, Adams kept the Oilers branding and the famous oil rig logo, giving the team the option to bring it back whenever they wanted. Fast forward to this game, and the Titans pulled out those throwback jerseys, reigniting some old school feelings in Houston fans. As for the game itself, the Texans dominated from the start, with CJ Stroud going 6 for 6 for 50 yards and having a touchdown on Houston's opening drive, and then set out for the rest of the game. Meanwhile, Houston's defense shut down the Titans, not allowing them to gain any momentum. For the Texans, the win wasn't just about securing a playoff spot, it reinforced that they're now Houston's team, even if the Oilers' legacy is still part of the conversation. On the flip side, the Titans are now set for the number 1 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, which could be a crucial step in rebuilding their roster. So while the scoreline may look one-sided, this game had a lot more going on beneath the surface. Houston's future is looking bright, and the Texans are heading into the playoffs with a ton of momentum. Thanks, everyone. I'm Liz Landon with Varsity Sports Show.
Definitely wanted to thank you for tuning in, and also wanted to put out a big thank you to the brand new Spring 2025 broadcast and production team that submitted some amazing content. Thanks again for tuning in to this special edition of the Varsity Sports Show Houston on podcast. Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you again soon.